delivery, which they abandoned by the stair. And I know this was done deliberately, just outside, because I told everything, you know, don't leave these things out there. You see these little things get into them. Okay, now I don't know what species that is as of yet. There. It's just really annoying. But it's a little creature that got into a delivery. So I decided to put it out of its misery super fast because I didn't know what kind of creature it was. I have visual impairment. Still don't know what it is. Can't see it properly, even with clear glasses. I think I'll do a little experiment just now. Because this fucking camera is totally fucking useless. So let's have a look. Do it this way. I was also planning, see, this is why I'm homicidal as well, because there's a pedophile that calls himself Steve Goes, a beast. From Safe Haven, he's one of the beasts that's been bothering me since a child. I believe, anyway. No, I'm not getting anywhere. I said, prove this lens has improved. Now, can you imagine when you buy a camera, you think you've got good resolution, and they say, well, this one's even better. Well, all they've done is that. That's all they've done. Change the quality and performance of the plastic or resin lenses. You know, so if I tell you, you know, these green people, which are a bunch of scumbags, they've got pedophiles as well from when I was a kid working in them. There's no doubt whatsoever, and I do want them killed too, legally. Okay, because they have murdered children and they are on Epstein's list, as is and Trump's list files actually. The CND in London, I recognised one of their beasts right away. I believe it was a picture from the 1970s, actually. I think it was the 70s. So I was born in 1965. So here it is. Now, this isn't the first time they've done that with the boot. So if you look here, they've done this before with my stuff. There looks like the cardboard from that. And somebody puts a creature there and they say, I put it there like Gene the Beast and other people in my stair and street and wider community. They put the creature there and that creature just goes in. In actual fact, they can just knock it in. So they say, well, how do they do that? Well, they can use a drone to put it there. Now, one that crawls rather than flies. But then they could actually have it in there already. But remember, I've been a victim of these pedophiles for a very long time. These beasts from Zoologie in Aberdeen, Yorkshire, you know, the armed service, the weapons research people here in the UK and French army. So I have video. That's the mop and bucket I got, which they left there. That's the first time they've ever. See, that's not a porch. It's got nothing to do with me, that, but that's the states that's responsible for all that. They see that there, they'll pick it up and they'll steal it. The states will steal it because I know them anyway. Some of them are pedophiles. Some of them go back to when I was a child. And I'll show you where some of them actually live. See that? That place there? I believe they live here too. See these properties in that red box? Okay. Now, that one quite strangely goes under a bridge. But anyway, they also live in here, which is PE. So I know where they live, some of them. They don't occupy all of them as far as I'm aware. But this address here seems to get a lot of my stuff. They seem to steal a lot of my property. But it's not the only one. There's the sex offenders in here as well. This property here. And that's there. And there's this one as well. But there's also the Beatles, the terrorists, people. You know, they get a lot of help. You say, how could they possibly do all these things with what we have today? These properties are one, at least. That's a familiar type of animal or breed of dog that's been seen to be a favourite of pedophiles in Peterhead and Port Elphinstone Primary School in the 70s and 1980s and 1990s, child pornographers. So there's a property here with the Beatles on it. Okay, and I've got quite a lot of coverage anyway of a lot of places, including this Norton Park. There's that one ducking for cover, look. And here in this church, this Norton Park has sex offenders, organisations that seem to employ principally paedophile. And there's that place at the top as well, that's of interest. And these people in here, and the Hibs ground security, and the credit cards that like to steal from you. They won't see when the shop is owns shares in the credit cards, and the tellers they don't let you use cash to pay for gas and that, because they're not allowed to charge you for it. So they get you to use the cash machine. That way you're made to, you pay them $1.99 minimum per transaction at the cash machine. This garage here and Scorpion Sauna, it's still a beast's enclave, and there's properties over here that are council owned.